So, I wasn't able to terminate my message in the prior posting, and what I really wanted to say is that I have been performing these opposite light surgeries since Hollywood, Los Angeles, at the Vibe Hostel, is where I was first guided to start that. And, well, that's a very helpful piece of information here. So that day I went to the dispensary that I don't normally go to. Normally I go to MMD in North Hollywood. That time I went to another dispensary, more by like, it's 2 blocks north of Wilcox. It's uh I wouldn't even know how to state it, but I went to that like dispensary that I don't normally go to. I've only been there very few times, and they have this amazing weed selection, and it's very much more specialized than even Vegas distiller, meaning not distilleries. What am I talking about? Dispensaries. In the sense that every one of their products doesn't only tell you the ratings of THC and CBD and whatever else in there, it also tells you what it tackles. So that day, I went and I was needing some introspection work because I was at the hostel all alone, and I was going through at that point. I had my own room at that point at the Vibe, and I was just yelling in the room and just pushing off a body off of me because, as you all might or might not know, the succubus incubus energy is real. So when somebody, even in another country, is fucking someone that they just married in your name, whatever, and they're fucking them with your soul, at a distance, you feel it and you freak out. So I start to yell in my room and cry, and I start to push an invisible ghost off of me, like, no, you can't fuck me, no. But it's not me getting fucked, it's someone else somewhere else. And they're like, yeah, oh. So that's been my conundrum for the past God know how many years now. So I was wanting to do introspective work, and instead the guy was Pleiadian. Like, he was 100 pure Pleiadian breed, the guy from that dispensary. Like, as if he landed from the Pleiades, literally. And he gave me the box of the product I requested, which was inner communication, but the pot he put in was something that says, get closer to your family or whatever. So by the time I got to the hostel and I opened my box, like, I only had 1 hour left until the dispensary closed. So I called them up. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you motherfuckers? Why did you fuck with me this way? But then I was like, you know what? Whatever. Let's just try that stuff out and see where that goes. And that's when I just got immediate guidance to fly to Miami. Okay, right then and there, I left Hollywood and went to Miami. And that obviously was one of the worst decisions I've ever made, because they literally, every time I come to the East Coast, I get robbed to tears. It's sad. So I got robbed blind in Miami, and my shift to complete violent when it comes to like any sexual encounters started in Miami. It started the next time I went to Miami, when the police up in Wilcox and Fairfax told me to fly to Miami to talk to the cops in Miami. And so when I got there, and instead of being able to talk to a normal, like, English speaking cop, I had to talk to who God knows what that was. then I started to turn very violent towards like any intrusive energy that is like of any masculine type that wants anything to do with me at any level that might be pleasurable to the rest of you. To me, it's like, no. So that's due to Miami, basically. Now, what I want to say is that I'm very, very impressed by, Brendan's ability at taking the reverse light surgery. And I'm beyond impressed at the fact that the day that I was in Broad Creek Landing with the North Carolina crew, and then I woke up and I was, kind of mortified because I wasn't sure what that was. Like, there was energies all around going, mistress, mistress. And then there was a girl like out there all night, like doing a lot of blow, and I was sleeping like a baby. I just had like a barely even minimal puff of marijuana, and I slept that night all through the morning. And by that fact, I started to understand that that mistress thing is what they bring into the space to, just rat my energy sexually. And that's what's been going on since I'm in every hostel yelling, screaming off ghosts off of me. Now I'm in the same house as that energy. So I still haven't faced any of these, beings for face value, because they're encouraged to do that on the hush hush. So you now have Russia, who stole my identity, and Spain, who stole my survival, kit identity. And now the boys are like, are you going to be mine or mine? Are you going to come and take that part of you or that part of you? Are you going to give up this email or that email? And I go every time, no thank you to both, because I don't care what anybody thinks of me on the outside, but to myself, I'm worthy of being courted like a queen, like a princess from the highest grades of romanticism. Like, I'm not gonna like sell short to like a quickie in this hotel or that hotel to prove to that guy that, yeah, bitch, I'm down, I'm your fucking hoe, I'll fuck anything up. No. If I go to this hotel or that hotel, as I have been, I give sessions. I don't play in your kindergarten playground with the basic thief hookers. I received my covenant from the divine, and even though your authority, which is the Love As One crew, told you to fuck me up, I'm higher than that, because I know what I did, and I know I created this Love As One stuff, and I created the Final Events energies. And as a matter of fact, no matter how many bimbos you try to marry off to your so-called Lucifers, the planet's going to shit because you fucked with me, and that was the wrong thing to do. Because no matter how wrong and badly you want to prove that I'm not an Archaea, you're always going to eat shit at the end of the day, because I am an Archaea, and it's simple. Call it whatever, compare me to whatever. I'm not gonna sell short, and I'm not gonna miss on my romance dance, and I'm not gonna miss on being courted by some amazing, wonderful gentlemen who go the distance for me, because I'm not the desperate one here that fucked up. You are. You fucked your planet, you fucked your life, you fucked your boys, you fucked shit up, you betrayed me, thought it was gonna be so funny, but it ain't. But in response to that, I'm still good old me. And I, at 17, when I had my first boyfriend, and it was Valentine's, he would like blindfold my eyes and drive me 2 hours to some random location. We'd get there, he'd remove my blindfold, there'd be like a whole house full of rose petals, and then the sushi platter with the candle lights and the incense, and he would make love to me at 17. So now you want me to go take a cheap fuck at like the Days Inn or the Red Roof Inn because you think I'm that desperate? Because like, oh my god, you like reduced me to being in a car? No, bitch. I'm still a goddamn fucking queen, okay? To the detriment of your little fucking jackass hookers. Now, watch this. That's Chinatown Market. And that's how much, $554.46. So that's $555 spent today on all these foods that they're serving the people, right? Okay, and I have already been to this market in Savannah, and honestly, I'm always amazed by, the spices and the herbs and shiitake mushrooms, and the packaging of those Chinese, foods is unrealistically cute, like unbelievable. They have those like pandas, and they have the Chinese characters, and I tried some of their candy. It was like so delicious. It wasn't even candy. It was made with like rice paste and coconut flakes and green tea, and it's all so healthy. So honestly, anybody that wants to say that like COVID is a China virus, I was gonna come against, because at the end of the day, the only people who actually have my back and let me sleep not in a park and don't kick me out are those people. So here's to you. Thank you, and I'm very grateful to you. And I truly don't believe that the China virus was created in Wutong in a lab. Honestly, I don't think so, because probably, this is one of the safest zones right now, and I have to be fair and honest to this world. So thank you so much for the wonderful, amazing, heart-based help in undoing those lies on earth.